Oh,
what?
I'm beginning to have an expensive palate.
Oh, really?
I tried out sushi.
Sushi.
Oh my god, I understand why Emma loves it.
Oh, what kind of sushi?
Shrimp tempura. I only like my stuff cooked.
No, that's good.
I love it cooked.
No,
I don't like raw. Shrimp tempura, that's it. If it ain't shrimp tempura, I'm not eating it.
Facts.
Because my stomach is weird. So I'd be looking around. Oh, shrimp tempura. Okay, let me get it. It's expensive. I usually eat it with hot sauce. The soy sauce over there is so salty.
Dorothy.
I put hot sauce on it. What? What's wrong with you? Hey.
Dorothy!
I put hot sauce on my sushi. What's the issue? What's the issue?
Help!
What, is that like the blackest thing you've ever heard? Is that the blackest thing you've ever heard?
It's not even black. It's ratchet.
In this episode, we meet Epiphany's best friend, Dorothy. True friends, our very closest friends, are defined by their ability to support each other in moments of need. Epiphany and Dorothy have that sort of friendship. Dorothy was born with several rare conditions. Though they are largely invisible, much like Epiphany's, Dorothy has a different way of handling her feelings than Epiphany does. Dorothy copes with stress by talking about everything she's feeling with her friends. Epiphany, by contrast, avoids speaking about or dwelling on her ailments, as this causes her stress and pain. Epiphany and Dorothy talk about how they became friends, the experiences with rare diseases that they have in common, and how their differing philosophies on talking through pain sometimes causes disagreements, but ultimately brought them closer together.
Coming! Dorothy's here. I'm coming! Hey, boo, I was just telling them that you do not like to be kept waiting. Hey!
I thought I had time to do more. Okay.
I'm sorry. Come through. How you doing? Wipe off your feet a little bit. Thank you, boo. This is the first time Dorothy's seen my house.
Oh, all right. Still cute. Little kitchen, I like it.
Papa Squat! Have y'all ever seen? How you doing?
Good.
Oh my God.
Maybe what we should do is you could talk about how the two of you met. Well, how many years ago was it?
That was some time ago.
Six.
Six?
It's about 6.
Oh.
It's coming on. It's almost 6.
What I remember of us first meeting is we met at Borough of Manhattan Community College, where we both attended school. I was in the cafeteria just chilling, what I usually do. And she approached me like, hey, I have a project and I want to ask you some questions. And I was like, hey, shoot. And that's how we started talking. I'm kind of fuzzy after that. Because we just clicked.
I think one of us mentioned something about back pain, and then we got into having scoliosis together, and then that got into
because you asked me a specific question based on your project, and I started going to a spiel about myself, and I'm like, yeah, I have scoliosis, and I just got my scoliosis fixed. I had it fixed. Yes. And I was really hype about that. So, and you were like, oh, I have scoliosis too. And that's when you mentioned about your sickle cell. And I said, oh, I have a brother with sickle cell, so I kind of know what it's like. And we just started chatting from there, and we just clicked. And we both had the same mindset of, even though we have very, 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 very rare and very dire sicknesses, we want to fight for independence and proving to the world like we can do it. Because growing up, I know you heard it. You can't, with your situation, you can't.
Everyone wants to limit you.
So it's like you're busy fighting with the rest of the world. So I kind of clicked with her because I wasn't the only one fighting. She was too. So it's like we're both fighting together. Because now, what's so crazy? I was left in the dark about myself for so long that now I'm beginning to hear details. Like my mom is telling me a bit of her side, my dad's telling me a bit of his side, my sister's telling me the truth. So I was born with multiple birth defects, mainly a very small leg, small skinny leg. So imagine this leg the size of your thumb at the age of 1. So they didn't think that my leg could hold my weight. So they doubted if I would be able to walk at all. And they didn't think I also was born with spina bifida, so they didn't think the whole hand-eye coordination thing. They didn't think that my brain would tell my body to move the way. I was that kid that was always crawling and reaching. Thank God that my father and my older sister let me do things in the house like that, like reach for stuff and fight to move. So one day I stood up and I really wanted to get to something on the other side of the room. So instead of, my brain just said, go. So I ran. My sister told me this story, you just started running. You didn't walk. You did not know how to walk. You just ran. My sister was taking care of me mostly. So one day, my dad came home and I ran to him. And he was shocked because after being told, your daughter may not be able to walk, get ready to fit her for a wheelchair. So when I started running, my mom was like, when did this start? And he went, 3 days ago. She stood up, wanted to get something off the other side of the room, so she ran to it. But then he goes, she can't walk though. So it's when she goes, she can walk? He goes, no, but she's running. Yeah, she can't walk, but she can run. Even doctors, they did the same thing. He'll take it to the doctor's appointment and go, put me down, and I start running, and the doctor's like, what the hell? And he goes, and you said she couldn't even walk. Yeah, she can't walk, but if she can run, we can teach her how to walk. And that's what they did. They did this weird thing, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. That's what they did. Physical therapy taught me how to walk or slow down. Everything was up here is fast. So even when I talk, it's fast. It's just da-da-da-da. I had to do speech. I had to do everything over. So it's not to teach me how to do it. It's to teach me to do it in a slower rate, because I was doing it in a fast, because I'm so quick to prove to you guys, yeah, I could do it. Because think about it. You're coming to a doctor's office and you're sitting here and you're hearing Dorothy can't, Dorothy can't, Dorothy can't. I knew what can't meant at an early age. And after a while I said, okay, you're telling me I can't. I bet you I will.
You chose psychology. Is there a plan in mind for you in terms of that?
It ties into advocacy too. Me and Epiphany share the same thing. When you have multiple illnesses and you're always sick, you feel like you're alone. And all you want to do is just have a normal life and make friends and have a boyfriend and, just live the normal life. And a lot of children with medical issues, they're very depressed after a certain while because of what they're going through, and they feel like they're alone in it. So being someone who was a child or in their shoes, in psychology, just to say to that child, I'm in it, I was in it, right. I'm still in it. And that's what I want to do. And psychology, I'm a great listener. Trust me, there's been plenty of times where Epiphany would bust in her office and go, girl, and I'll go, let's go. Or we'll have this thing where she'll bring a dude that she likes into her office, and I'm sitting there and we're chatting and we're talking, and then he'll go and then she'll go, girl, what do you think? Because she knows I'm very observant and I listen, so I see where the guy's head is at, and I'm like, girl, you talk too much. I was like, oh no.
And she knows that would get on my nerves.
Right. So I'm the one in the corner girl, you're not gonna like this after a while, because he talks too much about himself or about nothing. So that would be me. So I'll be that one in the corner just, all right, hey, but I'll be the one observing and seeing what she likes and what she doesn't like.
That's a very valuable friend to have. That's good. Now, does she do the same for you?
gonna say your nickname. I call her grandma. The reason why I call her grandma is because she's such an old soul. Like, she'll be that type of woman. She has this regalness about her that it's like, at first, it was like, girl, let your hair down. It's like, it was kind of hard for her to let her hair down sometimes. So I'll go, you're such a grandma. Like, I always say that. Like, you're such a grandma, and it stuck. So with her, when it comes to me, when I'm coming to her, I'm coming to her mainly when it comes to frustration about my medical issue and going through life independently about it, because I feel like she's already there. Me, I want to get to her level.
Had a doctor's appointment today.
Which one?
Every year, in order to stay on the list, you got to do these tests. Mainly the cardiologist. So I went to him, and he decides whether I need to take a stress test or an echo. And he was like, all you need to do is an echo. I go, no stress test? He goes, your heart's fine. I was like, thank you. He is the most stressful doctor I've ever had in my life, because the way he talks to me about how or when the surgery is going to happen. You know when you have to wait and you don't know when the surgeries happen, but he's talking to you like, you can have the surgery between 2 weeks and 10 years. My anxiety is at another level.
It's just like sometimes when I'm in a struggle when it comes to me and in the medical world, I come to her, close the door, and just let it all out. And then she'll go, girl, buck up. Like, she'll be like, girl, buck up. You know you got this. Keep going. So she is that person that all people.
She's a great inspiration.
Yeah, she's that person that we all need. Even people without medical issues, they still come to her for this regal, wise old advice. So people still come to her like, hey, Epiphany, what do you think? So, and she'll be behind her desk just sitting there, all regal and yes. So that was always her, so.
But you're both tapping into something that even goes beyond this. It's a fantastic story about the two of you, but I'm thinking it goes beyond, because the whole idea, when you have this kind of rare disease as a part of your life, is the layers of support that you're going to be turning to everywhere to keep going. And somehow, I guess the two of you balance out and teach each other humor and you know, the power to really not be afraid to reach out, not be afraid to ask, not necessarily be afraid to refuse the advice, but at least you're willing to try to. Do you find that with the two of you, that energy
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
feeds back and forth?
There'll be times where she would have to sit there, look at me, and go, "You're not gonna want to listen to what I'm telling you, but this," and it's kind of like, you're not telling me or giving me. It's not an advice, but it's more like, I'm telling you. Trust me.
Dorothy, you need to stop.
What do you mean?
This is your business. It's a legit business. Like, no, you need to make sure people pay you your worth, or else they gonna keep treating you like you ain't worth nothing. No, she's a grown woman with all of them got full-time jobs, and you gonna let them give you $20 and owe you $60? Dorothy, come on, son. Come on. Dorothy.
Okay.
So that's how it is. So, and then with her, even though it's kind of hard for me because I see her in a certain level, so it's just like sometimes when I do have to tell her, hey, you may not want to hear this, but she'll look at me and go, you can tell she's like, but she'll still take it, like the advice, but that's how it is. We feed off of each other.
So Epiphany, you just heard Dorothy give this incredible description of you, the elegant grandma. What would be your description of Dorothy?
Oh God.
I can't put you in a box. Like, Dorothy's that person that you truly do have like so many layers, and like you're not afraid to just like be that. Mainly when you're like out in public and not around your family, like your outgoingness. Like I'm outgoing, but Dorothy's outgoing. Someone that's gonna keep it real. Somebody that's ready to eat with you.
Remember that time I bought like 60 different chicken nuggets? And we were like, yeah, we would just sit in this office and eat.
Oh yeah, the big McDonald's chicken nugget. That
Yeah,
was
she
crazy.
always up the hospital with the people.
What's
But
that?
yes.
What?
Yeah, she spend time with the people in the hospital.
They do?
Yeah, we visit each other.
Visiting,
Yeah.
talking. That's fantastic.
Sometimes the people say, Dad, you don't need to come. Dorothy is here.
Yeah, that's close. That's close.
You know, my mom said, you know how many friendships I almost lost because of you? I was like, what? What happened? She goes, when you ended up in the hospital, I had to tell my friend I couldn't chill with her because you were in the hospital. But then when she saw you, you didn't look sick. I'm like, so? Tell her. You should have told her my situation. If that's your friend.
And everybody with this, oh, you have to look sick to be sick mentality. Get out of my face.
I didn't look ill at all. What? Even to this day, doctors are looking at me like, I didn't even know your kidneys failed. You're just now telling me your kidneys failed. And then I gotta go, you see my arm? Dialysis. And I go, what? Doctors sit down and look at me like in awe.
I don't like to reflect on my sickness so much because then I start to hurt. Like Dorothy will tell you, like personally, we've had issues with our friendship because it's very triggering for me to talk about sickness. And sometimes we need that, and sometimes we're just like on opposite ends of.
Yeah, you could, okay, I'm a type of person with my sickness, talking about it is my therapy. Talking about it, again, opening that door, I'm trying to let something out. Because if I don't talk about it, I'm keeping it in. With me, my whole life I've been kept in the dark about my secret. Like my whole sickness and stuff like that, it's been like a secret in the family. Even though that's
Remind them what you have.
I have multiple. I was born with multiple birth defects, but the main one I'm struggling with right now, I was born with severe bilateral hydronephrosis. It's a fancy way of saying water in the kidneys. So it damaged the whole tissue. But growing up, because I don't look sick, I don't look sick, my family kind of hated in the dark how serious it was. So I had to quickly learn about the lingo in the hospital and stuff like that. So I'm beginning to find out my other birth defects, like because I had to have one of my surgeries done when I was 5, I ended up having a hysterectomy. I didn't know. I didn't know until I went to the gynecologist and had a horrible experience. So when I was confiding in her, the only reason why I was confiding in her, she was my only friend that knew everything. So like, even when I'm discovering new things about myself, whether it be positive or negative, I'm coming to her because she knew everything. So I guess I didn't know that me confiding in her was triggering her. So in turn, she would come to me and say, listen, we have to reassess our friendship because I feel like you bring nothing but negativity to me. I never saw it as negativity. I just saw it as, I'm coming to you to confide in you, and you're gonna sit there and bring me back up because I already put you in that pedestal that you're already there, independent-wise. So when you said that to me, I was crushed. I was like, oh crap, then who am I supposed to go to? But then when you finally came to me and said, listen, it wasn't, I had the wrong words. It wasn't negativity, it was just triggers. Coming to me about your sickness is reminding me of mine and my own mortality. So I don't want to think about that right now. I just want to live life because I am in this mode where I want to live. Oh Lord.
Okay.
All right. We part this way.
Chill.
We part here.
I don't like this. Yes.
All right, girl. Have fun at your show. Love you too, honey. You're welcome. The 6? The 6, yeah. You got up the 6 and took the 6?
Dorothy is one of my closest friends because, like, she's just one of a kind. And I like that. I like when someone is just them. I feel like I feel like people want to be the same or want to be followers, and Dorothy's not that. Dorothy is just Dorothy. And also, like, we do have like rare diseases in common, so that does help having that support. Dorothy has been like a huge support in like cheering me on for laughs, just to have someone to just laugh with and just be. She has that other layer of a rare disease, but also her like going to school to do psychology. She gets me.
In some ways, she sounds like your family.
Oh no, most definitely. Usually if I'm calling someone my friend, they're more than likely my family. Yeah. Love this one.